relics, which you can't see that well right now, but I'm gonna show them to you in a moment. So anyway, my birthday is actually on June 25th, but I'm celebrating it a day early so I could do a premiere. So I'm gonna be tasting these. I'm gonna be drinking some Diet Coke. And I also have something fun to talk about. cream. So it could be anything. Let's take a bite into it. It has a little bit more of a tartness, like a tiny bit, than the other one. Doesn't taste like blueberry. Could have been lemon berry, maybe. Alright. Let's see here. Do you know this one? Now, I read this to my son who was 19. Okay. And I'll tell you what he said. Alright, it says here. 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. My son sat there looking off into space. And he was like, I know this one. He's like, it's from SpongeBob, right? And I was like, what? No, it is not. I see where he's getting it from. Because we had a SpongeBob game years ago, like a video game where SpongeBob was making like burgers and he had some kind of little song about it. But no, the answer is obviously it is part of the commercial for McDonald's. So, yeah, very funny. Okay, this, which looks like a Hostess cupcake, right, is the black velvet, which doesn't really mean anything. It's like a soft version of an Oreo. It's really good. sting my nails. That one is very rich and chocolatey. I don't taste any coffee, but it's very chocolatey. pediatrician's phone number. And I know my sister's phone number because she's had the same phone number since like 1992. Okay, like I'm not kidding. Like that's her house number though, I mean. My husband's is obviously his cell number. I don't know how I know that one, but I do. And I know my own number. I don't know the phone number of either of my kids or anybody else on the planet whatsoever. Okay. The pediatrician, I just know that number because I always have to dial it. Like I don't have it anywhere stored. I was always looking it up every time and I got to know it, you know, but everyone else is like on my contact list. But yeah, back in the day, like that's not how it worked. You had nothing saved. No speed dial even, you know, or if you had speed dial, it was a pain to set it up anyway, so yeah. Yes, I actually had to win to get this trophy. Well, you all understand that, so now you can get those participation trophies left and right. Like my kids have so many trophies because so many of them are just participation trophies and kids are so happy to get them. But they're really meaningless, you know. And when I was a kid, I got like almost no trophies, truthfully, because they didn't have participation trophies and I wasn't like a big winner and things, so yeah, I didn't get a lot. If I did get something though, it meant a whole, you know, great deal. Oh, here was another one about phones. I'd like to request an emergency breakthrough. So, before they had call waiting, and we all would spend hours upon hours on the phone, okay? And you would have probably just one line in your house, and like myself, I would call one friend and speak for an hour, immediately hang up and call another friend, and so on, right? So I could spend like the whole night on the phone like that, and it would be busy, 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 busy for anyone else who would call. So, maybe once or twice in my life, I was laying there on the phone when the operator breaks in and says, "Hello, I have an emergency breakthrough from my mother," okay, basically. And then I knew I was in trouble, okay, because if she had to, you know, get through to me for whatever reason, and she had obviously been trying forever and had to make an emergency breakthrough, which I think costs money, but I'm not sure, then you knew she was going to be mad and be like, "Wow, how long are you staying on the phone? I need to talk to you, blah, blah, blah," you know, so that would happen. Usually it was because you were staying on the phone way too long. And now people don't stay on the phone like that anymore because they're too busy staying on, you know, their social media apps, and it's different. But we used to just talk on the phone endlessly. At least the girls did. Okay, let's see. I don't know how many more of these I'm going to eat, to be honest. But let's try this purple one. I think it's grape, but I can't say for sure. It is purple with, I think, white cream. I don't think it's grape. It doesn't taste like grape, but it still could be grape, truthfully. Or it could also be another one we thought was either grape or ube, U-B-E, which I think is like plum, maybe. It might be that. I could be completely making that up. I don't know why I think responses to this Facebook question, but I just wrote down some of them. Being able to afford a house and family with one job. That's rough. That is rough. I mean, it's always been possible if you have one, like, massively successful type job, right? Like, you know what I'm saying. If you are Bill Gates or someone like him, one job will support your family. But yeah, we all can relate to that. Okay. No, put the TV on 3, then press play. I hated that, okay? Like, I can't even explain it to you now. I'm still confused. If you had anything connected to your TV other than just the TV itself, what did that make any sense, what I just said? If you had anything connected to your TV, you had to put your TV on channel 3, or sometimes 4, in order to use that other device. And it was weird, with the exception of, like, if you had an Atari, there was a switch in the back of the TV to switch from TV to game. So you didn't have to do that weird stuff. But other things, like when you installed the cable box on your TV, you had to switch your TV to channel 3 on the actual TV. Yeah, like, I hated that because it didn't always work. I don't know. I can't even talk about it. It's too traumatizing. Calling a radio station to dedicate a song and waiting for it to play. Living here on Long Island, I wouldn't even bother because those radio stations, they're mostly coming out of, like, New York City, and you can't get through. You're not gonna get to dedicate any songs or request any songs or anything whatsoever, unless you just want to spend, like, your whole night calling and calling and calling. But when I went to college, it was in more of a rural type of setting, and it was easy as anything. Like, I remember me and my friends one night calling, like, repeatedly. Like, each one of us called separately and requested a song, and not only did they play it, but they put us talking and asking for it onto the radio, and we were beside ourselves, so thrilled. Okay, but yeah, so that was, like, if you wanted to hear a song, that's how you were gonna get to hear it, you know, because you couldn't go look it up, you know, on YouTube and listen to it, or you didn't have any Spotify or anything like that. You know, either you bought the album or you waited for it to play on the radio. So yeah. Have you gotten your traveler's checks for your trip yet? You guys have probably never heard of that, and it doesn't even make the slightest bit of sense to me. But whenever we were going on a trip, my mother would always go to the bank and buy traveler's checks to bring instead of a lot of cash. So she would bring a certain amount of cash and then a certain amount of traveler's checks. I don't know if she had a credit card. Maybe this was like a before credit cards kind of thing. I feel like she had one of those too, but and it was like, to me, it's almost similar to cash, because